Hello, welcome to Sophie & Co. I'm Sophie Shevardnadze. The digital currency Bitcoin, once a toy for computer nerds, is now soaring in price, triggering a new gold rush. Is it just another bubble or the glimpse of the radically new financial future? Well, I asked Rick Falk-Vionier of Bitcoin Cash and founder of the Swedish Pirate Party.
The new Bitcoin craze is making people rush into cryptocurrency investment, with the digital money's skyrocketing value putting it into the spotlight. But aside from causing a new gold rush, Bitcoin is promising to completely transform the way we use money. What will peer-to-peer money exchange do to the global banking system? What role will the world's governments be left with when Bitcoin goes global? And can it overcome its unstable nature to bring about a radical financial revolution?
Rick Falk-Vionier, welcome to the show. It's really great to have you on our program. Now, you predicted Bitcoin's thousand-fold increase back in 2011, and indeed, from $1 in February 2011, hit a record high of almost $7,880 last week, then had a plunge and is back up again. Now, why does it keep growing, and is there any price limit for Bitcoin?
Yes, there is a price limit for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It cannot displace more money than exists in the world. So there is an upper ceiling. But that upper ceiling, if you're just regarding Bitcoin as a commodity on the market, which I think it is, like any currency, can easily go to 1 million or more per Bitcoin. Now, it's important to remember that Bitcoin might not be the final cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency will displace the central bank money. But with social networks, we had 6 Degrees, which was replaced by Friendster, which was replaced by MySpace, which was replaced by Facebook. So some cryptocurrency is going to be worth a lot of money. Which one? Well, that's a gamble.
So we're having this Bitcoin split, right? Without going into too much detail, we have 2 different versions of Bitcoin as of now. You're the man behind the Bitcoin Cash. This is a new version of Bitcoin that was created according to your organization in response to years of mismanagement of the Bitcoin legacy network. Is Bitcoin's decentralized nature its Achilles heel? Is it going to keep splintering because there will always be someone in the community who will be unhappy about the way it functions?
A key aspect of Bitcoin is that it's permissionless. You don't need to ask anybody's permission to do anything. And this is key in the entire community, which is why I decided to publish a letter where I was chief executive officer without asking anybody's permission, as a way to illustrate that we're not asking permission. That's just part of our community. The person who's behind Bitcoin Cash would primarily be a French guy named Amaury Séchet, who started working on this, without asking anybody's permission.
Now, you don't have to buy Bitcoins. You can mine them by using a high-powered processor like the one in a video card. And the gold rush is on. Here in Moscow, we already had a video card shortage. You literally couldn't find any in stores. Everybody was buying them up to furnish Bitcoin mining farms. But can Bitcoin really make everybody rich?
No, Bitcoin cannot make everybody rich. Bitcoin right now is a huge wealth transfer to those who understand its implications early on. The last wealth transfer of this magnitude was around 1850, and it was about those who found oil. There's a huge wealth transfer going on right now where those who used to be poor, nerdy, geeky, sitting in their mom's basement, if you like, are suddenly the new millionaires. And that, perhaps more than anything, is going to have a profound effect on what the future of our society looks like. Because for the last 200 or so years, it was the people who found oil that decided where money went, what research was made. And when the geeks and nerds are sitting on that money and deciding what research gets made, it's not going to be a better diesel engine. It's going to be a better solar panel. It's going to be teleportation. It's going to be space travel. I think that's going to be one of the more profound changes happening here. A wealth transfer to an entirely new type of people.
So can everyone jump on this bandwagon, or is it too late?
Well, it comes and goes. I mean, I can't give financial advice, but if cryptocurrency fulfills its promise, and there is no indication it wouldn't, then the equivalent of one Bitcoin needs to be in the $2 to $5 million range. But at that point, it doesn't make sense to measure it in US dollars anymore, because the US dollar won't have any measurable value. So it is absolutely not too late, just like it wasn't too late when Bitcoin was at $3 or at $30 or at $300 or at $3,000. But this is a very high volatile instrument. This is a really risky investment. And if you're asking me whether somebody should invest, then the answer is nobody should ever invest more than being capable of losing every single last cent of it.
Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein says Bitcoin may be another bubble, just like that of the dot-coms. And JP Morgan's Chase CEO Jamie Dimon compares cryptocurrency to the Dutch 17th century tulip mania. Don't these men have a point? I mean, a bubble forms when there's public ignorance, and with Bitcoin, most people have a vague idea of what it is and how it works.
I think you absolutely have a point that most people don't really understand what Bitcoin is. It is peer-to-peer electronic money. That means I have a phone here. I can use that phone to transfer money to a nearby phone or to a phone on the other side of the planet. The transfer is instant, it is practically free. Nobody gets to decide whether I can make that transaction or not, including financial authorities. And that in itself will mean a financial revolution. This is an extinction-level event for banks. Banks will no longer be a necessary middleman. And that's, more than anything, why I believe that this is the future of finance.
Rick, anonymity makes Bitcoin obviously very popular, but it also enables crime. Just remember the notorious WannaCry ransomware attack this May. This can potentially make governments restrict Bitcoin trade substantially, and that would cause a drastic slump in its value. Do you think cryptocurrency can partially sacrifice its anonymity to ward off shady users?
It is more traceable than any money that came before it, because every single unit of Bitcoin is traceable through its entire monetary history, through anonymous accounts, but once you de-anonymize one account, you can start unraveling where the transactions go. The second part of that question, which is more interesting, is that Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer currency, a peer-to-peer technology.